Yo,
Yo, are
Yo,
we live?
yeah, it looks that way.
what?
Looks like we're live on YouTube.
Oh, cool. What's up?
What up, Brian Trust?
Yo, yo,
Incorporated.
Yeah, it looks that way.
live on
What?
YouTube. Live on YouTube.
What
What do
cool.
I
What's
hear,
up?
Nico?
Finally.
What up, Brian Trust?
I
Yeah,
hear an
Branch
echo.
loses
Yo,
to
Yeah, it looks that way.
live on YouTube.
What?
Live on YouTube.
Echo, you gotta fix that.
Finally.
What up?
Oh, I'm hearing what we said like 5 seconds ago.
Yeah,
Lot
yeah,
you,
me too.
lot of delay. Hold on.
on YouTube.
Stop talking about the game. We gotta fix this. I'm hearing what we said.
It looks sounds like somebody off of
Lot
probably
of
Trey over there.
Stop talking about the game. We gotta fix this. I'm hearing what we said.
It looks sounds like somebody off of
Lot
probably
of- I
Trey
hear
over
the
there.
conversation from like 15 seconds
Cut the
ago.
feed.
Yeah, just cut it. Cut, delete, resend to Zoom. I hear the conversation from like 15 seconds
Cut the
ago.
feed.
Yeah, just cut it. What are we doing? Cut, delete, resend to Zoom. The conversation from
Can
like.
Trey not hear? Trey doesn't sound like he can hear it.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Things were starting. Can you cut this live right now?
No, we're staying live, baby. We're still live.
All I
Oh, I
all I
can't do that
hear
with
is
this
like the
echo. I can't
feedback
do
from
this
like
echo.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Trey not here. Trey
Right.
doesn't sound like he can hear it.
Mute the YouTube chat.
What do you mean mute? All I
What does
hear
that
is the
mean?
echo. What are you talking about?
Mute the YouTube chat and let's go. All right.
I don't know what you mean.
Go to the
Yeah,
if
I'm not even.
how
I wasn't
how
even
are you
on it
guys
just
on
to make
YouTube?
sure it wasn't me.
Oh, that must have been just me because I had YouTube up at the same time and it was on delay.
Of course,
So
of
Brain
course.
Trust Live. All right, let's go. Mason
That's
already into Pelicans mode over here, and clearly we are YouTubing at 10:41 at night on a Monday night to talk about the Pelicans preseason dub
Are we?
against the Orlando Magic, and nothing else.
nothing else. Nothing else happened.
I promise y'all, this is not a sweet tea either. By the way. Mason, did you really
Yeah.
think the Saints had a chance to win this game when you saw the injury report?
Yeah.
Still,
Mm-hmm.
bro, come on,
I
man.
did.
Take the glasses off, Mason.
Nah. You
Come
saw their injury report too?
Yeah, but like, dude, we're not even injured on the O line. We're decimated on the O line, Mason.
Right. I get that.
It is
I
beyond
get
the
that.
injury at this
I
point.
It's
get that.
worse.
I get
It's
that.
so worse, dude.
I
I haven't seen this much of
still
like
think
a
we could have won.
patchwork O line. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that one's more of a stretch than the other two losses, but yeah. But I mean,
I don't
We were
Jesus.
think you'll
too beat
ever
up,
hear me
man.
say like we're not gonna win or we couldn't have won. I don't think you ever we're gonna hear me say that.
Oh
Well,
no,
you're also going
we
to hear
could
me
have.
say what, and I'm sorry, I got to keep doing this because I keep doing the mean thing here. But you can't win these games with an average quarterback. That's just what Derek Carr is at this point. You can't win with average play calling. That's what
What
Clint is right now.
what
Anybody's
games?
gonna look average though behind that offensive line.
You
Dude
talking
had
about
like
like
half a second, but yeah.
First
you
drive
talking
of the
about like
game, Saints are
Kansas
moving the
City?
ball down the field. Derek gets pressure in his face, launches an awful interception.
Oh yeah, that was a bad one. That was a bad decision.
Jason's in the chat. Jason, like and share.
If you have any questions, I can't see the chat.
I can see the chat on
I,
YouTube.
yeah.
I can't.
We're all angry right now. Jason with a sarcastic comment. This is so good.
Who allowed
Oh,
him in here? Who allowed him in here?
banned. The only guy that watches this live, banned forever. No, man. The first drive of the game. Let's just start from the beginning, okay? So first drive of the game, Saints get the ball. They're moving the ball down the field. you gotta start feeling kind of good. They're running those squat routes. They're moving the ball. They're running a little bit. Alvin Kamara makes a great play, right? Makes a great play, gets us a first down,
Oh yeah, that was nice.
and Derek gets a little bit of pressure in his face. I really thought he was throwing the ball away.
I thought he was too. There was, yeah, whenever I saw a play made on the ball, I was kind of perplexed. I was like, wait, he didn't throw that out.
No, it was terrible throw, terrible decision. The Chiefs get the ball, they run their script, they get a touchdown. You get the ball in the second possession, and you go a really quick 3-and-out on 3rd and 7. Derek throws it short of the sticks, throws a 3-yard route, and it hopes his tight end can break a tackle and get 4 extra freaking yards. Man, I don't understand, dude. Jason, 1,000% right. The interception was the worst thing I've seen from Carr. Lack of awareness that should have been happening after playing so long.
Hmm.
Yep. That
I think
should
he was trying to
never
throw
have
it
been in
out.
play. Yeah,
I think he
yeah,
was
me
trying to
too.
throw it out. And he didn't have
Throw it
enough
out of
arm on
bounds
him.
harder, dude. That was a duck.
Obviously.
It's a duck.
Throw it harder.
Throw it
Yeah,
harder.
he definitely should have because I believe in his mind as well that was a
Yeah, I
throwaway.
think he was trying
But
to throw that ball away.
The fact that
yeah,
this is a 13-point L is a miracle.
oh yeah,
So,
we should
you
have
guys
got
ready for
blasted.
some stats? Chiefs, 460 total yards. Saints, 220.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
And the only reason why it was a closer game than what it was is the Chiefs were terrible on 3rd down. They were 6 for 14. You were 4 for 10. You weren't much better. And the
much better. We were worse.
Chiefs had a terrible turnover in the end zone. Kalen Saunders made a great play.
That was awesome.
For real, great play by the big man.
Dude, how many did you guys think all the same thing at the same time? Like, get down, Kalen Saunders. Get down. Let's take the touchback. And my dude
I
like
don't know.
runs it
He
to the
was kind of doing
45.
the right thing.
Oh yeah, he
You
got
know,
downfield. He was moving, bro.
you could tell
Chug a lug.
he's ran the ball in the past before in his younger
Oh yeah,
days.
and that rock wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah.
He had that thing.
Hmm.
What do you
So
get? 35 yards, something, 36 or 37
Yeah.
something.
I mean, he had the momentum too. You know, he was running that way when everybody else was still going this way. So
Hmm.
that little step of hesitation to where everybody has to turn around gives him a little head start. So
and, and,
I don't blame him running it out. That was awesome.
and you saw him holding it high and tight, and they were talking about how his
Hmm.
background when he was a running back. He used to be a running back. Somebody got a running back inside the red zone only. Can we start? Clint, can you get some packages for Kalen Saunders in the red zone at this point?
Yeah, we need to go ahead since we're missing Taysom.
Mason, I gotta go back to this. Why did you think the Saints were going to win this game once you saw the injury report? No Taysom. Your
I
O
didn't
line decimated. What were you thinking
I didn't say
against this team?
I didn't say they're gonna win. I said I think they can win the game still. I thought you asked me, did you think that the Saints could still win this game after looking at
Right,
the injury
fair, fair,
report?
fair.
And the answer to that is yes.
Okay,
Am I gonna put money in saying that the Saints were gonna win this game? I probably would have done that after the injury report, but we definitely could have won for sure.
all right, Matt,
I've
you.
seen less talented teams beat more talented teams.
Yeah.
Put it that way, for sure.
What about you, Matt? Did you think the Saints were going to win once you saw the final injury report?
Um, once I saw everything, well, I mean, Saturday pretty much. Yeah, once I saw it, I knew it would be tough. I didn't think it was impossible to win, but yeah, we said it earlier. The O line isn't injured, it's decimated, it's blown to smithereens. There's nothing left of it. No quarterback's going to look good back there whenever he's under duress. A bulk of the plays that he's out there. What do we have? 51 plays. And then of that, how many actually did he pass? He threw 35 times. How much you want to bet? A good portion of those were under duress.
Yeah.
So it was really, really bad. It was really hard to watch. They came in with a good game plan. Our O line just could not stand up to their D line. They dominated the line of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively. I don't think our D line put them in too much pressure on the opposite side of the ball. That's why they were able to generate 460 total yards. They were able to move it pretty much at will up and down the field. A few critical mistakes, which you expect of a Saints team, not of the Kansas City Chiefs. But it was a rough game to watch. That was
Hokey,
a really,
hokey,
really, really,
hokey.
really tough game. Look at
Oh my
Hokie. Even
God.
Hokie looks unhappy about that game.
Hokey is like,
That's
I'm
just,
so sick of this shit.
He's pissed.
yeah, he doesn't look happy.
He knows
I'm
what it's
not
supposed to
happy.
look like.
He's mad.
Yeah, he should be mad. I don't
He
blame
said
you.
no comment.
No comment. God, Hokey. So we got to talk about the play call a little bit. Clint called a terrible first half. Just be blunt here, man. At this point, he called a really bad first half, man. And I was texting you guys about it a little bit, but every and I gotta go look at it and get like a true breakdown. But if it wasn't 9 out of the 10 first down plays after that Derek Carr pick, there was a run on first down every single time. Like every time we were running this ball, you could not you could not run block this game.
I think he's a big believer in setting up that run and not giving up on that run
Yeah,
because
he
I
doesn't
think
abandon.
if he abandons
Which
that,
is
he abandons his whole
That's
coaching
fine, but get yourself into a
ideal.
runnable down,
Yeah.
man. Get yourself into a runnable
Right.
down.
I think it
Stop
also
running on
has to
first
do
and 10
with
and be like, okay, Derek, bail me out.
I think it also has to do with lack of faith in maybe Derek Carr too. Not wanting to put the ball in his hands as much, trying to limit the ball in his hands as much, try to give it to Alvin more, having a more Alvin centric offense rather than a Derek Carr led offense.
But you have to be
Um,
unpredictable, man. You have to be unpredictable.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we got there towards the end of the game. We started making better calls. And I think a lot of stuff is all, I don't know. I think a lot of bad reads, bad passes by Derek Carr. Derek Carr had a bad game today, dude. I didn't like what I saw today out of him at all. And I'm
He didn't have a lot
usually,
of. So here's the difference of the game, man. Okay, I'm gonna go past the first interception and touchdown.
there's a lot of
drive.
zero blitzes that, your offensive line isn't going to block a zero blitz. You just got to be able to outsmart that play. You just have
All
to
right,
be able to outplay that play. And we just didn't do that. So
this is what I'm going to point out, and this is why I'm going to go harder on Clint than anything else. Okay, here's your third downs. Okay, for the Saints and the Saints alone, you had 3rd and 7, 3rd and 13. You had a touchdown drive with a 3rd and 6. You had 3rd and 7. You had 3rd and 7, 3rd and 12 after a procedure penalty. You had 3rd and 1. Then you went down on downs. Every third down was 3rd and long.
Yeah.
The majority of your third downs in this first half was 3rd and long. We did not put ourselves into a position to be in a manageable third down position, which is completely different from the first 2 games. I felt like the first 2 games, there were constant 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 1s. Those positive short third downs that you can really make and dictate the play call to what you want it to be. You can run it, you can pass it, you can do whatever, versus the obvious 3rd and 7, this has got to be a pass, and here we go. Okay. The Chiefs were constantly in 3rd and short tonight. Constantly in 3rd and short tonight. Made it way too easy for them. And even with them being not very good right now, not the elite of the elite offensively, they were able to make it happen against you because you're just so beat up, man. You're just so beat up. It makes it so tough to win, man. So tough to win a game like this. Derek Carr did not play well. The interception in the first drive and the second drive, both were on him. He missed a deep ball to Tipton. That was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible throw.
the one on the right side.
Yeah, the one on the right side.
Yeah.
Clean pocket, throws it up. So when you want to beat a team like the Chiefs and the refs, by the way, which I'll get to that in a fucking second. When you want to beat a team like the Chiefs and the refs, you've got to play not damn near perfect, but pretty close to it. You can't miss throws to Tipton. You can't throw that interception. You've got to give yourself chances to win. You got to give yourself as many chances to win as possible.
Yeah.
And,
there were too many mistakes again.
And then you faked an oblique injury to get out of the game at the end. Oh, I didn't say that. I'm sorry. That's not Interma.
Yeah.
He didn't fake it. I'm sure it's legit.
That's some
Yeah,
Haterade you're sipping on there, brother. Look,
well, I mean, like you had said in the first couple of games,
Derek
yeah, we had
Carr
gotten to
haterade right here.
yeah, it sure is.
it's hard to really, or for me anyway, for me to place again
Yeah,
solely blame on him. The O line is just so bad. You said even just a couple minutes ago, we were on schedule the first two games, getting into third and three, or third two, or third and one, getting into favorable position, and yet now we're not all of a sudden. What changed? I wonder. The implosion of the offensive line is
Yeah.
that's what happened. We went from dominating the offensive line, and being able to set the tone and input our will to be able to run the ball if we want,
Yep.
or to run play action because we had good protection for Derek Carr for him to look down the field, have a clean pocket. I mean, that'll change the season, and it's evident. Like I was hoping that we could kind of right the ship a little bit with the offensive line. I feel like this is the first great D line, or yeah, really good defensive line that we went against. Who was it? Micah Parsons is pretty much in the Dallas, but they didn't have
Jalen Carter
the
for the
guy.
Eagles, man. He's a
Oh
monster.
yeah, Jalen Carter. Yeah, well, I guess they started it pretty much.
Well, let's get some comments here. Jason Tarver, how does Olave only have 4 targets?
that's what he
I
says.
don't disagree with that. I don't
Yeah,
disagree with that at all. Um, get this guy in rhythm a little bit more. Get him the ball more. Find ways, manufacture ways to get your guy the ball. The Chiefs are playing really fun backyard football out there, and we're like struggling to run our base offenses. They ran,
So you're gonna struggle to run anything with that offensive line, man.
but
It
even
all
still,
comes
man,
back there.
like there's so many huge plays, like the second and 24 that they converted for the first, they got it into a first down. The second and 34, excuse me, with Kelsey running an option pitch to a
Mhm.
guy that's out blocking. It's terrible. Nick Glaviano. Who's Nick Glaviano? Mason, do you know Nick Glaviano?
no, but I'm
Is that your
responding to
boy?
him right now, though. I don't know who that is, but I'm responding. I think that's
Right.
Jason's. That might be Jason's friend or something.
That's fine.
He's a Saints
Nick
fan. That's all that
Glaviano.
matters. It doesn't matter.
Nick Glaviano.
Do
My
that.
mom probably
You
knew
just do
zero
that.
blitz was coming out of a
I'm
timeout. However,
responding to
no
that right
underneath right
now.
on the
Yeah.
third down. Carr got hurt. Don't disagree at all, Nick. I didn't see the play as well.
Oh, Trey,
Your
you can
boy was
respond.
deep in his cup. I thought I had time. I don't think these 30-second timeouts are really 30-second timeouts. Like, by the time that I got here, I saw that it was a miss pass to Tipton. That was a tough catch for Tipton to make. He still should have made. Almost securing the Devontae Adams trade value that much more. No bailout, a horrible fourth and 8. Um, and then we're not even talking about the refs a whole lot, man. Like the refs were terrible. Um, the Where was this hold that gave them this phantom first down from Granderson? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
For their last touchdown, they didn't even show a replay.
No, why would they?
I've never seen a defensive holding inside the 10-yard line, and I watch a lot of fucking football. I have not seen a defensive holding inside the 10-yard line. Like,
You rarely
what are
see
we doing?
defensive holding on. It was on the line. You rarely see that, but sometimes it happens.
Maybe
Inside
pulled
the
somebody to
10,
the
I don't
ground.
see it. I never see it inside the 10.
Yeah, well, the telecast didn't see fit for the public to see it a second time either. So
Conveniently.
yeah, yeah, this is
Devontae won't be there.
it's
Carr's
rough.
hurt. Nick Glaviano. Devontae won't be here. Carr's hurt. The Saints have been the most aggressive in the Devontae Adams trade rumors. That's according to I think Schefter or Ross Jackson, one of those guys. We're incredibly aggressive going after
We
Devontae Adams. I think
we
we've
need
got
to
the
be
best
aggressive
package.
to correct the offensive line. What are we going to
Um,
do with the Devontae with no O line?
well, you saw that there were plenty enough plays to be made at the receiver position. I even think the Nick Tipton first incompletion. He's got a shot at it if he dives for it. He doesn't dive for it. I get it. He's running full out. I can't expect somebody to dive running full out on that first incompletion. The fourth down one, a better receiver makes that catch, even though it's a difficult catch. It's a weird route. It's a weird fade. I get it. and I can't even really blame Derek Carr. You guys know I want to blame Derek Carr a whole lot for pretty much anything under the sun outside of that
What, that
interception.
pass? The fourth down pass?
The fourth
I
down
mean,
pass, it's tough.
to
That's a tough play to make.
yeah, it's a hard catch, but to be able to he gave him an opportunity to make the play. I can't fault Derek Carr on it. Because I mean, if you got pressure in your face and you got to drop it in the bucket. Now, granted, he missed the bucket by maybe a couple feet, but what was that, 30, 40 yards in the air down there?
No,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
a perfect
crazy.
pass from Derek Carr. That was as
Like,
That was
perfect as you
tough.
could possibly make it. It
That
went
was
right
tough.
through Mason's hands.
yeah,
Yeah, fuck that dude Mason, dude. God.
it was tough. Like I was at first whenever it happened, I said, "Man, that looked like it was a great pass. It went through his hands." Then the replay came back, and I was like, "Oh shit, it went straight through his hands."
Mason, who's the worst receiver? Mason Tipton or Trey Quan Smith?
Haven't seen enough of Mason Tipton yet. Probably
Traquan blocks
Mason Tipton.
and has a couple tuds way ahead of Mason Tipton right now.
Yeah.
This tough, man. The play calling it didn't get much better from Clint after in the first half. And I thought we kind of lost this game in the first half. I thought we did, man, with the play calling not being as
What was it
aggressive
at the
as it
half?
should have
I didn't think
been.
so. 13 to
We ran
7.
on every first down the first half after that interception.
Oh
We
yeah,
got
yeah,
ourselves in third and longs, man. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
tough. So
We
tough
ran
to.
into a brick wall. Our O line can't run block or pass block right now. With
I
again,
thought pass pro you were actually semi decent this game. You only gave up 2 sacks, right? Multiple pressures, but what? How many sacks did we give up? Hold on, let me pull this up.
this dude said we were
The
all right
pressures
in
were
pass
crazy.
protection.
The
Yeah,
I
pressures
the
said
were
I didn't
amount.
say
wild,
we
though.
were elite. I didn't say we were great. I said we were all right.
We
The
were
Saints
not
gave
all
up
right.
1 sack all game. You
Yeah,
gave up 1
because he
sack,
had to throw it.
Yeah, like
He
three,
had
four
to he
pressures.
had to get rid of it. How many times did he like throw it once or twice to Kamara in the dirt? There were a
yeah,
couple of times that were just throwaways to the ground
There
or
were
the
yeah.
there
interception that
were
should have
9
been a
quarterback
throwaway.
hits.
Yeah, quarterback hits. I'll
Yeah,
bet hit while throwing it away as an incompletion
yeah,
is that would add
yeah,
to the amount. It's
yeah.
you can't be under pressure the whole game, and he was under pressure a lot. When he
Yeah.
wasn't under pressure, he actually I felt like he delivered. Like he put the ball
Mm,
downfield with the exception of again pressure in his face and throwing the interception, but
Yeah.
I feel like Derek Carr did not play that poorly, considering a lot of the times whenever as soon as he was getting the ball from
No.
shotgun, there was pressure in his face a lot of the time.
No. Derek Carr played terrible in the first 2 drives, and after that he played okay. That's it. That's
Smoking crack.
the pick was bad. You know the pick was bad, Matt.
Yeah,
We
I
were here
know it
for
was
it.
bad. I already said that. That was like, there's
Then
no
you had
way it
third and
should have wound
7.
up inbound.
Yeah, third and
Yeah,
7 on the second drive, and then you threw it short of sticks on third and short.
yeah. So
That is you're good, you're not great. And you have to be great to beat
I'd
teams
have to
like
go
Kansas
back
City.
and kind of rewatch how they ended, but he probably didn't have too much time to make a decision to go downfield, more than likely.
Well, and then you can
On
blame it on other
most
things too, man. You can
the
blame it
third
on
downs, as you so nicely put out, they were most of them third and long. We did not have time for
yeah.
most of third and longs to be picked up. So
about them Pelicans though.
Hey, baby, Zion looks good. Zion looks solid.
I mean,
A little too solid. You
he
know what I
looks
mean?
solid.
A little too solid in
He
the
looks
midsection.
solid.
Ingram not playing. That's fine though, right? No,
I'm sorry, I was just joking. We don't have to switch to the Pelicans. I was
we're
just
going
joking.
full Pels right now. You've already got the picture in your background. We're not going full Pels. I've just got nothing but Pelican stuff on right now.
No, I'm saying we were still talking about the Saints. I didn't mean to cut us off about the Saints.
God, man, it's
I was just
frustrating,
joking.
but it's not. It's frustrating to go through the process of watching how you lose when you know you're going to lose. I think that's my biggest takeaway from this game.
Yeah.
Like
I
and
think we got
subscribe.
out coached too.
If you guys are watching right now, like and subscribe. Nick, I appreciate you commenting, man, staying engaged with us. I really do. Jason, as
friends.
always, top fan. Appreciate it, man. Just hit that like button for us. um, and all that good stuff. Anyway, back to the game itself for the Saints. 13 points against this Chiefs defense. I thought we gave away a lot. I thought the end of the first half was so huge to not come away with any points there, to have such a quick 3-and-out where they got a field goal at the end, even where the field goal wasn't. It wasn't so much that they got a field goal at the end of the half, is that you couldn't get any points at the end. You went 3 plays, 0 yards in 34 seconds when you had the ball with a minute 26 left. You gave them everything you could. You gave them every reason to score at the end of the half, your other big issue at that point, and we have to talk about this a little bit more, like personnel wise in the secondary. We talk about how great the secondary is, but Tyrann Mathieu and Paulson Adebo, and I say that with the Debo, with him getting the PI. I thought the PI was bullshit. Let's
Yeah,
be real. Did y'all really think that was good, a solid PI call? I don't.
no, it didn't look like he was pulling at him. Didn't look like he really hit him. I thought it was a bad pass interference call, as per the usual
Wounded duck, bro. Wounded duck.
with a Saints game. It's either going to be there's a really bad pass interference that's missed against us, or we're going to get a bullshit one at a critical point called against us.
Yeah.
It's typically the way of the Saints fan. It's typically how it goes.
And Matthew,
Every
man,
time.
like how many plays is this in a game now where he's just falling down on a coverage?
Oh yeah,
Like he fell down on Juju's huge
that
reception.
can't happen, man. And why is Juju Smith-Schuster tearing this up, man? That just can't happen, dude.
Like, I knew we'd have
Mhm.
problems with the tight end. We've had issues.
Yeah, but
with
like
tight end all
Juju,
season.
what's up with that, man?
Not Juju though. You've had issues defending the tight end all year. Kelsey ate you up the first half. Okay.
Yeah, we
It's
had
terrible.
problems with Goddard earlier.
It finally came back to bite them in the ass when they ran a lateral play and Alontae Taylor blew it up. Props to him for playing well. I didn't hear Marshawn Lattimore's name called a lot, which tells me that he played okay. Nothing great. I don't think any defense, your defense is not great in a game that you give up the amount of yards that you gave up.
Yeah,
D-line needs to get more pressures.
Yeah.
I feel like on a few plays, Chase Young got some pressures back there. I think did
yeah,
he get a
Chase Young
sack?
got his first
But
individual sack this game.
yeah. He
but
got
we need to
sacked.
get pressure up the middle more consistently, because it does look like Chase Young at least does his job, stays in his outside lane as a defensive end and gets up the field quickly, but we're getting no push in the middle, it looks like,
And we need to
sparingly
get-
anyway.
We need to cut out these chunk plays too, because there's a lot of chunk plays that happen
But I
to us
can't.
that
I'm
just
not going to
kill
sit
us
here and
and
say your defense lost you this game in any way, shape, or form, even though you gave up 400 yards, because they bend, not break. They gave up.
Yeah.
And the only reason why they gave up 26 points is because your offense couldn't sustain anything at
Yeah,
all.
no.
Yeah,
Well,
it's always a
that's
two-way street.
to
It's
be
always a two-way
expected when your O-line isn't even as good as duct tape. You're not going to sustain drives.
Yep. No, it's terrible, man. And we knew this was good. I told you guys we were going to go 2-3, and I was very defeatist
Yeah.
after,
Jason,
the
you're right.
the game. Mason's like, I don't accept that. I don't appreciate that. Obviously, Mason,
About what?
I was super right. I was super
About
right
what?
about the Saints.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
you called it, whatever.
No, it's not. No, I'm not happy. I'm right. I'm definitely not. But I didn't
mean,
know
it
the
could have
injury
gone
report.
either way, man.
I didn't know at the time that Taysom was going to be out.
Yeah,
And he's such a huge part to this offense right now, because you don't
he
have many
is.
skill players right here that can make a lot of huge plays for you, that can be impactful in the running game.
He just does too much in
Alvin
a good way,
Kamara,
but I mean,
Alvin Kamara is a monster, and he got absolutely shut the fuck down
Yeah,
this
he
game.
did. Well, the line just
Bad.
wasn't blocked. There's no holes, man. There's
yeah,
no holes.
run blocking, their D line was shedding the block so quickly to
It
get to
wasn't even
AK.
Jones
And
made us look like little kids.
Oh yeah, constantly.
But we played to their strengths, man. I'm telling you, like Clint called another back. This is another F game for Clint. He's got 2 A's and three Fs at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, again,
I don't know, man.
how
He called
good
some
is your
good plays,
offense
man.
going to
That
That's a
look when
Foster
you're
huge
down?
Moreau,
deal.
that Foster
Yeah,
Moreau touchdown was Clint Kubiak. That was a
yeah,
great
that was a
play
great
call.
Yeah, but
play call.
He doesn't get an F for this game, you know? He
why is
doesn't.
it keeps taking him a whole half to figure out how to call these games, though, man?
Bro,
It
How
takes
many
him a
points
whole
did
half.
Kansas City have in the first half? Not that many.
was it?
16?
They
Yeah,
had more than you had in the whole game,
they're
though, with
It's
less
true.
talent. With
It's
less
true.
talent.
But that
If
happens
you're
all
going
the
to tell
time,
me at the
man,
skill
where
position right
you're
now, as
bland
it
in the
sits,
first half and then you
they're not.
figure it out in the second
Yeah, but
half.
they're
dude,
also not just trotting
It
out
happens all
warm
the time
bodies
with
for
good
O
team, really
line.
good teams.
Who's this McGovern dude that we got off of who, the Jets or somewhere? Like,
man, if you're
because
going to
we're
tell me
literally there on the offensive line.
there's two truths here, and you can tell me which one is more important, but I'll tell you which one's more important. Kansas City is limited at the skill position right now. We're limited at the O line. Okay.
Limited.
Big time limited. Worse than what you want to say limited. Crippled. All right.
Yeah, I was about to say limited in the word. If you're gonna,
Kansas City was about 1,000%, 1,000 times more creative than we were with play calling. And it wasn't even close in the first half.
you're not
Clint
gonna be
figured some
very
things out in the
creative.
second half, but it was too little too late. You were down too much.
Yeah, you can't be very creative behind that O line. Again, nothing's gonna work when you're running for your life. Hangner was out there; he was having to
Mhm.
run for his life. Derek Carr is out there having to throw the ball away every other play. It,
I don't know, man. With the offensive line that bad, it's almost like Hayner plays better because he's a little more mobile than
yeah,
Derek and
yeah.
he can escape a little more.
We're gonna need a mobile quarterback if this
Yeah.
is gonna be the offensive line for the
I
rest of the
think I
season.
think I think having Derek Carr and a bad offensive line is just a really bad
Dude, Juju
mixture.
Smith, Juju Smith has 7 catches for 130 yards.
Oh yeah, he
What?
had a good game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. That's absolutely
Their whole team
ridiculous.
had a good game,
That dude's been Mr. Irrelevant ever since like the second year in Pittsburgh.
and then he played the Saints.
Yep. I mean, that's Patty Mahomes for you though, too. But that guy was wide open, man. Busted
Oh
coverages all over the place, man.
yeah, well,
It was
50 of them on
unacceptable,
that
dude.
one.
They could
Well,
run the ball, we couldn't.
Dude's
That was the
wide
other
open.
big thing. They could run the ball, we could not. Could not run the ball.
Yeah.
You're not winning
Yeah,
these games
our
if
D
you can't
line.
run the ball, man.
I think they're outcoached too, you know. Andy Reid,
Well,
Dennis
we knew
Allen's a
that going
great
in, we were going to be
defensive.
outcoached.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we knew that. Dennis Allen's a great defensive coach, but Andy Reid, that's his little boy. That's his little son right there. So
So now you got the next 3 games after this. You got to be over 500 after these next 3 games if you want to salvage the season at this point. These next 3 games are huge. You have Tampa Bay at home, Denver at home, and you're at the Chargers. All right. You've got to win that Chargers game, and you've got to split. You've got to split at worst the Tampa Bay Denver games. All right. The Chargers are just as bad of an offense as you are right now. You've got to hope that Cesar Ruiz can come back. Why am I hoping that Cesar Ruiz can come back so this season can be saved? You know, but more
because
importantly,
you
even than
need
that,
some sort of
you need
structure
Taysom
there.
back. You need that trade. You need more than what you can put on the field right now. Because if this same team comes out against Tampa Bay, loss. You need guys to get healthy. That's what it is right now. It's so
yeah, we
we can
need
talk
health.
X's and O's. We can talk about personnel mismatches. We can talk about play calling. We can talk about so many different things. But if you're just not healthy, you're not going to win this many games, man. You're not going to win these games against the better teams. You're not going to beat Tampa Bay. You're not going to beat Denver. You're not going to beat the Chargers. The NFL is such a huge personnel league that when you have so many starters injured, your percentages of winning just go way down, especially on the O line, especially on the D line, the things that matter the most in football at any level. Your O line has got to be good to win.
Yeah,
You know,
we are definitely not good. We're not even approaching good
Uh-uh.
on the O line right now. Or not even close. We're so far away from good. It's going to be a long season if they can't stabilize the offensive line. It's
So
like
Daniel Tice looked nice.
Who the fuck is Daniel Tice?
He's our center, the Pelican center.
can he play center for the Saints?
No, he can't. Daniel Tice looked nice though, dude. He bopped a three. He was playing good defense. He was able to move his feet well. Jonas times 2.0.
Mason's
Hawkins was a
moving on.
bucket. Your boy Hawkins was a bucket.
Hawkins is back, maybe his midi. He barely even shooting threes. He was just hitting bopping middies.
And he got to the line too. He got them Kobe calls,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Rebounds. He had a block on one of the centers that was freaking awesome. He like he like smacked some shit off a backboard off a center and like got up there. And so
Nice.
and they say defense, he doesn't play defense. Jordan Hawkins is gonna be for real, boys.
He played defense that play.
Yeah. Anyways.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. DeJounte Murray had a rough game, but that's expected.
It's expected.
First game, first preseason game.
So Saints lose. It sucks, and we're gonna have to be looking at this injury report all week this week, and we're gonna be feeling depressed. And
Yeah.
the way that we
Jesus.
went 2-3 sucks the most, I think, more than any other 2-3 scenario that I possibly could have envisioned. Because I told you guys at the beginning of the season, the first 5 games were so huge. I expected us to go 2-3. I did not expect us to go 2-3 like this. I did not. I expected us to beat the Panthers. I didn't expect us to blow them out that hard. We did.
Cowboys.
I thought we would split the Falcons, Eagles, Cowboys. I thought we'd get one of those, and we absolutely did. We got the Cowboys early, and we blasted the Cowboys. Where I'm thinking, okay, 2-0, you can win one of the next three and be 3-2, which is great. But then you go
O-line implosion.
loss. Well, O-line implosion, terrible play calling. Again,
Terrible coaching during a
coaching decisions
critical
bad
situation.
again. Yeah. And then you lose this game, really more to the play calling than anything else, and the O-line being incompetent. I text you guys this. I texted you this in the middle of the game, Matt. I said we're losing this game right now because our O-line and our play calling is not good enough. It's just not.
Yeah, no. I mean, you have to realize you're running AK into a brick wall. Like I didn't see.
Well,
We
let's
did try
do it
to
every
run
first
a.
down. Let's do it
Yeah,
every
we
first down. Eventually, he's going to spring one, right? Like what?
Yeah,
What?
I
In what
thought we should
world
have
does that make
tried running
sense?
to the edges a little bit more. I don't understand why we were persistent on just trying to run it straight at our fifth string center.
Yeah.
I don't get it. We had been successful so far throughout the entire year, even during our losses, running kind of stretch runs, getting to the outside, getting to the perimeter, and letting AK do his thing in space. But it seems like that wasn't even a thought that crossed his mind. It seemed like to call those outside zone runs and everything. But aside from that, you're not going to amount, like I said earlier, you're not going to amount to much in the pass game when your O line hardly gives you a second to make any sort of read. Like if your first read isn't open and you have to run, that's not good.
But why? What kind of killed me a little bit too. Your tight ends actually got involved this game, and you should have gone to them more. They had 7 catches combined between the two of them. And I'm thinking if you just take away a few more of if you take away those Alvin Kamara runs and run these little 4 and 5 yard dump offs to the tight ends, which the Chiefs were giving all game to you, you could have stretched this game out more. You could have given your defense more rest, and this could have been a closer game.
I think Olave needs more targets too, like Jason
Yeah,
said.
Yeah.
If you
what
go look
is
at
he
like
at this
teams
point?
like Houston and look at Nico Collins targets, or if you go look at Malik Neighbors targets,
Yeah.
compared to Olave's targets, it's ridiculous. And it's not like we have stud receivers all over the place and all these weapons to where we're divvying out the ball everywhere.
Yeah, but
Olave needs to have 10 plus targets a game.
yeah,
Well,
he needs to get his
Olave is
targets in. It's
Olave's
hard to utilize all of our speed though when our O line just doesn't give them time.
Yeah. Throw shorter routes or something, man.
Yeah.
Get the ball out
The play
faster.
calling is going to have to change
We have to adjust.
to go back. Exactly. The play
Yeah.
calling is going to have to change to go back to what Trey was saying. Like if you know your O line isn't going to be able to hold up, don't call long
Can't throw
developing.
bombs, yeah.
Yeah, you can't call that stuff. You're going to have
Unless you
to
have all
adjust
kind of protection in
intermediate
there.
and down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you're going to have to adjust.
Yeah, which I think, we're saying this and, Clint Kubiak knows way more than we do. So, he's going to try to do that.
Yeah.
He's an offensive coordinator in the NFL getting paid millions of dollars. So, he's going to definitely try
He's
to
going to
do
run
that.
on first down every
He has
single
to
fucking
know.
drive. Like, what the fuck, man? I'm sorry, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
was
giving Clint passes anymore
frustrating.
over here. Stop giving this
Like,
dude passes over
I didn't
here.
give
I'm
him
not giving him
passes.
passes.
I didn't give
He's
him
called
a
three
pass.
shitty fucking games in a row. You're 2-3 because you called three fucking shitty fucking games in a row.
Your
all right?
absolutes. Calm down on the absolutes, man.
Bat and field goal. Whoever's
I
making
see
the
this
call
in
to
my
not kick
brain,
field
man.
There's
goals.
so many
Like-
different reasons why we're losing. It's not just Clint Kubiak. It's not just Derek Carr. It's not these absolutes. There's so many different reasons.
I know that I'm not going to be able to run the ball. I know that I'm not going to be able to run the ball with this O line.
Okay, so what do you do? Just abandon it and start throwing the ball everywhere with Derek Carr? That's real smart.
I'm gonna
Let them
be
tee off with Chandler Jones.
I'm gonna be less predictable on first down.
Okay.
He was predictable on first down. He ran the ball. I'm telling you the play-by-plays, man. Like I had these play-by-plays pulled up and I was texting you guys throughout the game. Like before the touchdown drive, after the pick, we ran the ball on first down every single time. And I think we even still did on that touchdown drive.
No, we started off each drive by running into the teeth of defense.
Run on first down.
Time.
We picked up. So here's the touchdown. Even the touchdown drive, Mason. You ran the ball on first down, 3rd and 6. Derek Carr finds Kamara for a first down. On the next first down, Kamara 1 yard. We pick up a first down on a pass to Shaheed on a cross. The very next first down, Kamara 1 yard. Then we throw it to Shaheed for a 43-yard touchdown. The touchdown in the second half, the only one we got in the second half. We threw the ball for the first time on first down to Kamara for a 9-yard pass. And we threw it incomplete on the next first down. But we were at least mixing it up. You got creative on the touchdown drive. You ran the ball on first down far more often than what you should have. And what the Saints were successful with in the first 2 games was getting themselves into 30 short situations. And I think they've lost sight of that. And at this point, Clint has got to realize, I've got to scheme around this. How do I scheme around this? It's hard. It's a hard ask. I get it. But you do have the skill position players to do it. I think Olave and Shaheed, Juwan Johnson, Foster Moreau, Alvin Kamara, those are 5 very legitimate weapons on the perimeter to get yourself into favorable down and distance situations. And I get it. Kansas City is a great defense. You're on the road. It's a tough game. You got to give me more than 13 points, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he might have to change up his it might not just be play calling, but the overall play design. Because a lot of the offense is designed around the O-line holding up, being able to go play action. I saw the graphic during the game and I was like, yeah, I knew it had dropped off big time, but I didn't know it was to that extent. I think it was first 2 weeks we ran play action 51% of the time on our passes, and the last 2 starting tonight, I think was what 17, 18%. Our O line just can't hold up, and I think that reflects in the play calling. So he's trying, but I just don't know where to start. The overall offensive philosophy, I think, is going to have to change. I think it has to, honestly, with uh, the offensive line deficiencies. That's
You've been
something.
saying the same thing for 2 games. This is the third game in a row you said this, Matt. Third game in a row you said this. Clinton has not gotten the message. So can we agree at this point that the sad reality is that the Saints are too average at two spots to really overcome these offensive inefficiencies, man. Your O line is injured. You're so injured on the O line right now. I can't even blame it.
This beyond. It's beyond injury.
It's beyond injured. It's fucked. It's fucked.
Yeah, that's kind of
You're
why I
so injured on
expect.
the O line, and you're too average at play calling and quarterback to make up for it.
I don't know if you're average at, I don't know if you could say you're average at play calling yet. I don't know, man. I think it's too early.
It's a lot to have to correct.
It's
I can
too
say that.
early.
Yeah,
Mm.
I can't
Oh,
believe
yeah.
that so much has happened so early in the season.
I really think those two 40-point games messed it up for everybody. I think we really expect Clint Kubiak to do that all the time, or he's not going to be good for us.
I mean,
You
dude,
can't expect that every time, man.
go back, man. Since
I
the
just
two
expect it. I
games, though,
expect
Mason, you
offense to
scored
be high
12
flying
points, 24 points, and 13 points.
when we're healthy. That's all
You've
that I expect,
averaged,
and we're
Oh, for
nowhere near
sure.
healthy.
He got beat game plan wise. He got beat the last 2 games or the last 3 games, game plan wise, straight up. But it doesn't mean he's like a mediocre. You just label him a mediocre play caller all of a sudden.
if you average
I
60
think
points over
he's
3
just
games, you're not elite, bro. You're not good.
yet. But you're not giving the guy time enough to like get in this organization and like develop his scheme. Like it's not something that should just take off automatically from game one. You can't expect that, or you're completely unrealistic. There's no way you should expect this to just start working from the jump. And that's the way it did work, was from the very first game. We started going crazy. We put up 40 points. In the next game, we put up 40 points. And we're like, okay, we got it all figured out. We're good. And then as soon as stuff starts coming back to reality, all hell breaks loose and he's just a mediocre coach all of a sudden. Whereas I think this is more of the norm, is what we're seeing, is what should have been the norm to begin with.
But this is what I say average, Mason. I say average.
Right?
You're average. He's an average play caller.
Oh, out of 5 games?
Yeah.
Well, like his whole stint?
Yeah, you've had 2 incredible games. You've had 3 below par games, play call wise.
I just don't like labeling someone an average play caller after only seeing 5 games of them. I think that's too much of an absolute, and I think that's not enough time and not enough sample size to say that someone's an average play caller. It's not enough sample size. And that's too much of a broad statement and too much of an absolute.
I agree, man. Like you
can say these last 3 games he played, he called an average 3 games.
Yeah.
But he's not. You can't just say an absolute that he's an average play caller off 5.
I wouldn't even say that.
Games.
No, man. I think
you can't even put that on him. How are you going to call him average whenever you're like, hey, your offensive line is going to completely be decimated by injury. Good luck to you, though. That offensive line that you had for the first 2 games that helped and enabled you to score that many points, to sustain that many drives, or to have the protection to hit an explosive play down the field.
What plays is he calling with this offense being this injured?
What are you talking?
What is he calling on down and distance plays?
What do you call
when we're this injured? He's calling runs on first downs. He's predictable. He is predictable on first down.
Everything's going to be predictable. It's either you call a pass play.
I'm looking
there's going to be probably
a
negative play, or you call a run and it's going to be negative.
I don't see a lot of. I see some first down runs, but it's not like the whole game. I don't know why you say that.
Oh, the run game was atrocious. Would we have
there's a lot of drives that had runs on the first play, but there's a lot of drives that didn't either. So I don't know how it's so predictable.
No, man, like it's a 4-quarter game, and if you aren't scoring in the first half, it makes it really hard to come back in the second half. And I thought the Saints had a decent shot in the second half to come back but by that point, the defense was so spent because you pissed away so many opportunities in the first half. It was tough, man. Let's get some comments really quick. Really quick. Side note, comments. Nick Glaviano, Drew Brees check down offense and bombs to Meach and Devery won us a Super
Still
Bowl.
got people in here. Cool.
Yeah, Nick, you have to remember back to that Super Bowl, man. The Saints had a top 10 rushing offense that year too. It wasn't just check downs and bombs to Meacham and Devery. You had the greatest wide receiver to never make a Pro Bowl in Marcus Colston. That year too, you had Reggie Bush, an absolute game changer at running back that year, and you had a defense that generated a shit ton of turnovers. You could run the ball with the shit O line, and Taysom can come back. I agree. That's the curse and the blessing of this offense this year is that you need a 34-year-old halfback to be healthy to be good. Let's see.
He's either going to be putting a key block on someone and springing someone for a run, or he's taking it himself.
Yeah. Nate Glaviano, Kalen Saunders is a running back too. That man running faster than Jamal Williams.
He almost did kind of look faster than Jamal Williams in the open field. That's pretty bad.
I'm down with getting my dude a goal line package. Goal line pack.
For real, who's gonna want to hit that dude in the hole?
Nick, cadence is gone with every center swap. The importance of the center is being ignored here, guys. No, man, we've been talking about the center.
I just responded to him.
Yeah, you just responded. Yeah, the center's been injured. Man, I mean, we've been talking about this O-line being injured as much as possible. I think this is more of you knew this was going to be the situation. So what was your solution? My biggest gripe with this game has been the predictability on first down play calling in the first half and only putting up, 7 points in the first half when I thought, and guys, come on, man, like the defense played lights out in the first half.
Yeah,
they did.
For as much as we were getting off the field, we generated the turnover that we needed to get it back. We overcame a lot of things in the red zone. They were not.
I don't know, but you let them in the red zone a lot, though.
You let them in the red zone, but you held them to field goals, which is all you need to keep them in the game. And you're just begging the offense, like, put one more tud on the board in the first half. If this offense puts up one more touchdown in the first half, then it's a one-score game in the fourth quarter.
Well, it didn't rear its ugly head, at least this game. But what is the point in having Groupie, our field goal kicker, if we can't even attempt anything that's a 60-yarder or 59 or 58? What's the point? It's the NFL. Like, if you can't even attempt a 57, 58, 59, 60, whatever the fuck, you should not be that team's kicker. Like, it's 2024 in the NFL. If you can't even make that attempt, like, sorry, you ain't it. Like, you shouldn't be the kicker.
So Matt is talking about the downs here. It would have been officially
60 yards.
It would have no. Hold on, how far would it have been? Hold on a sec. It would have been.
We're at the 41.
59-yard field goal where Groupie made a 57-yarder earlier in the year that looked good from 60.
Yeah.
Blake Groupie missed an extra point right before that drive.
So you still got to. He's still your kicker.
And you were down still. Even if you kicked a field goal, what does it matter? You're still down.
You were down a touchdown at that point, I think.
Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, you're down a touchdown if you kick that instead. Or you give them the ball at midfield.
Didn't matter anyway. They were marching the ball up and down the field.
Do you think
just weren't scoring touchdowns?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Sean Payton's going for it on 4th and 8 right there?
On 4th and no.
Really? After you know how Sean Payton feels about field goal kickers. Do you think he's going for that?
Not with this team. If his team was the 09 Saints and he had Drew Brees and Colston and Reggie and Pierre and everybody like that, then maybe.
You have a fraction of that at best. Mason, did you agree?
And he had a healthy O-line most of the time. Jesus Christ.
Did you agree with going for it on 4th and 8 versus kicking the field goal?
A little long field goal. I don't trust Groupie.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, exactly. Why is your kicker?
Exactly. Why is he on the team?
That sucks. To hit
Why is he on the
30
team?
Yards,
Why is he on the team at this point?
to hit gimme field goals.
Yeah, no.
Nope, can't do that. Can't do it. Get an extra point.
An extra point, right?
He's missed 2 extra points on the season.
Yeah,
Thank God that's all he's missed.
that's too much for a kicker though, man. That's enough to where you start thinking
Yeah.
about other
No, you're
options.
supposed to be like,
Yeah, yeah.
if you're like 85% successful, you're like middle of the pack.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's
When
not
you
even
got
that with
extra
extra points
points,
this year.
extra
Is
points,
he?
nah.
Actually, he might be because of the sheer amount of touchdowns we scored the first 2 games.
Yeah.
So we're bitching about the Saints a lot right now. We're very frustrated because of all the injuries. And yet, if you beat Tampa Bay next week, you are right back in it, baby. Right back in
Yeah.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we can easily do that. Well, I say that, I keep saying that. No, we can't. The offensive line gives me great concern moving forward. I thought we could kind of start to steady the ship, but the way that the O line looked this game, that was the worst game I've seen our offensive line look so far this season. Of the
Who
three
would you
games
rather?
since it's fallen apart anyway.
Would you rather have Ruiz back or Taysom back?
Mm.
Jesus.
Mhm.
That's a tough one. I
Yeah.
almost feel like Taysom. I don't know. Just
The correct
because
answer. The correct answer is Devontae Adams. Let's go, baby.
no, we definitely shouldn't
We're
be
not
trying to
getting
do.
Devontae Adams.
We need to
Shove,
be
shove.
addressing the O
Saints
line.
have Ace
If we're going
King
to
off suit.
aggressively try to
Shove all
pursue
in
anything,
pre-flop. Let's go.
it's the correction of the O line. The O line is just in shambles. I can't believe how bad it's gotten. And it was 4 or 5 weeks in. I mean, now we're 5 weeks in, but
I told you this last week. I told you this last week. You didn't want to listen. You poo-pooed me. I told you Derek Carr was a good, not great quarterback. I said Clint was an average play caller, and he's called bad games. I told you these things.
you're not going to call good games with this offensive line, though. No matter, you don't have a magic play that's going to
I
work
am
with this offensive line.
1,000% not running the ball on first down nearly as often as this guy did.
Yeah,
Nearly as not.
what
Nearly,
you
not nearly as much.
would probably work about the same. Like he was under duress. Any quarterback you trot out there is going to be under duress with this offensive line.
Where's the
They're
creativity? Where's the creativity, man? The touchdown drive in the second half. That was not typical Clint. That's why I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing in these first halves where we are limited offensively in so many areas, yet we refuse to be creative? Refuse to be creative. We're not even running reverses with Shaheed. We're not doing anything crazy like a halfback pass. We're not doing anything with, what are we running? What's our most creative plays that are getting blown up? Like a running back screen that's being telegraphed that we can't run? Like, is that as creative as we
Yeah, we
get?
kept trying to run that screen and that was getting blown up over and over
it,
and over again.
I
Like,
was
where's
laughing
the
during the game
creativity,
whenever I
man?
saw the
It's
screens.
just,
I said the screens where it's designed to let people through looks like the same plays right now as pass protection when the car is trying to look downfield.
yeah.
Everybody is getting through. I was like, I can't even tell if it's a screen call or not. Half of the time, whenever he was running, I was like, was this a screen call again? And just I didn't see it. And the O line is supposed to just let him through and get upfield. But it was really, it was bad. Really, really bad to watch. As much
Yeah.
as I saw Derek Carr
Running
rolling
for his
out or
life.
throwing off his back foot, just I was like, holy damn, this has to be are they calling something that I'm not seeing?
Yeah.
No.
So
I mean,
here's
that's what I
my
would do if I
here's
was
my favorite
playing the
part of
Saints. That's what I would do. I would blitz. I would blitz that weak ass line all day.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
yeah.
start calling. You're gonna have to start designing some most of these plays with a quick slant kind of designed into it. If they're gonna send somebody either on a corner
Mhm.
blitz or bringing the linebackers up to play against the run, we're gonna have to start designing some plays for the offensive line to not have to protect because
Yeah, man.
they're not going to be able to.
Absolutely. Alvin Kamara, get ready to catch 15 passes this next game.
Or yeah, the way that we gave him that option route for him
And I
to just
still
run up
think
and he can make a break inside or
even
outside.
with the offensive line being as bad as it has been, I still thought they held up well against 4-man rushes this game.
Yeah, I
The
guess 4-man
touchdown to
rushes.
Shaheed,
Yeah.
touchdown Shaheed, the 44-yarder.
I
Good
saw a
pass pro.
lot. I saw a lot of times too where Derek Carr almost threw the ball as if he had pressure and he didn't have pressure just because he was scared of the previous pressure.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
already
because he's
has
a
that
good,
in his
not great
head.
quarterback. Because
So
he's a good, not great
so
quarterback.
he was rattled. You could see he was throwing off his back foot when he didn't really have to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just easily rattled, man.
And we
That
knocked
sucks.
Pat Mahomes around and he didn't give a shit.
Nah, he's still running around evading everybody and
Dude,
I don't really think we
extending
knocked him around all
plays.
that much.
you
Extending
saw my
plays.
text, Mason, where in the first half they settled for a field goal, but Pat Mahomes did a 360 pirouette
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
and try to throw.
yeah.
If he would have completed that for a touchdown, I might have turned the game off right there.
He's trying to do highlight plays on us.
Yeah,
Dude,
Trace, the 360 no scope is what
he was going for a 360 no scope, bro.
He was. He pretty much did. When when you said that, I was like, that's laughable because that pretty much is what he did. Spun around. Here you go.
Yeah. All right. So hot take for next week. Hot take. I think we beat Tampa Bay.
Okay.
I think we could beat Tampa Bay, but I
I think they
just
got a really
I
bad
don't have any
secondary.
faith in the offensive line. Something's got to change.
I think they got a really bad secondary, and I think there's a lot of guys on the Saints team that are going to be like, we just lost 3 games in a fucking row. Like, enough is a fucking enough. I think you're going to get healthy. I think that Cesar Ruiz not going on the pup tells me that they think he's going to be ready, if not this game, then the next. Same thing with Taysom being out. I think if they thought he was going to be really injured, he was going to go on the pup. He's not on the pup either. They're going to hope that those 2 guys get back next game. One of those 2 come back the next game. Even guys like Pete Warner coming back, I think can make a
Pete,
huge
yeah.
difference. We missed Pete a lot this game. We haven't talked about Pete for an hour here, but Pete being missing in this game
Yeah,
made a
his
huge
absence is
difference with their
felt.
running game.
Yeah.
And regardless of how bad you played, you held Kansas City to 26 points because you basically played a bend don't break defense, even though you were on the field forever.
Yeah.
So
Surprisingly, we didn't give up that many points for being on the field.
I
The
think you
defense
beat
being
Tampa
on the
Bay
field
next
40
week.
minutes.
I think you
Yeah,
beat Tampa Bay next week.
I think we can.
It's in the dome. It's
Who's the
not a
quarterback? Is
must
Derek
win
Carr
yet.
going to play? What's going on?
Huh? What?
Know? We even know if Derek Carr is going to play or not?
He's a fake injury. He was fine.
Look,
Just said it's a fake injury.
there's a lot of ammunition you have against Derek Carr that are actual facts and like in film, and there's plenty of shit talking that you can that are actual facts, but to like make up stories saying that he faked the injury is reaching.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's you
It
have a
would not
lot of
be.
you have plenty of ammunition.
Yeah. I'm
Listen,
a little.
you have
I'm a little
plenty of
beaten up right
ammunition
now.
besides creating false narratives. You could say he's played shitty. He's threw
I think
interceptions. You got
oblique
all
injuries,
all the
man.
ammunition.
I think oblique injuries, because they're like,
Zion had an oblique injury, took him out for a while.
yeah, but that's basketball is completely different, right? As a quarterback, depending on what his pain tolerance is,
Yeah.
I expect to see him out there. Derek played injured last year with worse, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'll think
We
he'll be
can
out
ask
there.
Hayner to.
Devontae.
I don't think he had a fake injury. I think he had something where he strained something. And they're like, dude, it's a 2-score fucking game. Like, just chill out this game, all right?
Yeah, I think
Let's
it
get
was
you looked
more
at.
of
Make
like
sure it's not something more serious.
yeah. I think he kind of figured. I think he is kind of hurting, but I think it's like, hey, I've taken enough abuse this game
Yeah.
in a 2-score game. Let me get
Yeah.
out of here to where I can maintain at least playing moving forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope it's not too serious though.
Jameis
There's been
All right, let's wrap it up, baby. No, I'm just kidding.
this dude straight to Jameis.
Oh man. Start Jameis in Cleveland, baby. Start Jameis in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they might as well.
Sean sucks. I'm glad we didn't get him.
Yeah. You're only a game back after this. It's not the end of the world. It sucks. It's really unfortunate. It feels like a game you would have absolutely had a shot at if you were healthy. And if you are a fan of New Orleans professional sports, if you were healthy is like the second most common sentence you've
Mm.
used. So it's unfortunate. Pick your heads up, Saints fans. You got a shot to come back next week and beat Baker Mayfield, a far less mobile quarterback, and a very bad pass defense. The Tampa Bay's not good in pass pro. They just gave up 500 yards to Kirk Cousins, and I think you've got a real shot next week. So you got to come back and you got to actually show that you can do this. You definitely don't want to lose next week and fall 2-4. 2-4 is
Mhm.
you're gonna start worrying a lot more about a lot
Mhm.
bigger things versus the rest of the season. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I expected 2-3. Like I said, not in this fashion, but I even said I expect kind of 2-3 out of the first five.
I expected an infuriating 2-3. I didn't expect it based off of injury. I expected it based off of I think offensive line ineptitude based off of like just what you had, not injury. If I thought that we were injured on offensive line this bad, then it would have made a lot more sense. But it did make sense to me that Derek would not be able to overcome that. And again, I think Derek, if we can get healthy at the end of the year, we can get in the playoffs. Like we're going to be a really solid team. We're going to be tough because Derek is really good quarterback. He just he's not that elite like top five guy that can overcome deficiencies in so many key spots. You know, like Pat Mahomes won it last
Deficiency.
year with Rasheed Rice, and even like the really good quarterbacks out there aren't winning major playoff games because they're deficient in other areas, and Derek's just one of those quarterbacks, man. It is what it is. So I hope that the Saints can get healthy enough on the offensive line that by the end of the year they're in the shot to make the playoffs. Because they hit the playoffs healthy, like, yeah, we're gonna be a tough fucking out. This is still a Super Bowl caliber offense or defense, excuse me. 1,000% a Super Bowl caliber defense.
Oh yeah, we can make a run at it if we get healthy. The offense looked, if the offensive line can just get healthy, like
Yep.
saw a culmination of how it can
Yep.
work in the first two games whenever Carr gets protection, when Kamara gets lanes to run through, it just looked
Yep.
effortless and unstoppable. And it all started up front with the O line playing really, really well because they were healthy, didn't have any injuries. And then
Yep.
one domino hit and they all started going down.
Yep.
And it's gonna be a long season. My only concern is that offensive line. If the offensive line can be restored in some way, whether it be healthy, they all come back and they get healthy, or just through reps with all these new guys being in there. If they just somehow can kind of galvanize and come together, that would be the only other chance. But I think that's far less likely to happen.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's gonna be a
So
long season.
we're gonna leave you guys with that. I appreciate y'all staying with us if you did. I know some people kind of checked out already.
Hmm.
Thank the trust for staying up past their bedtime. First
Certified.
live stream. First live stream,
Yes,
baby.
sir.
First live
Yes,
stream.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next time we do this,
Tampa
it needs to
Bay,
be after a
baby.
dub.
That's right.
Tampa Bay, Baker,
I'm coming for you.
Baker. Better get some yeast rising.
Better
All right.
have your cakes baked.
Cake's ready.